Media. We're coming to you from the campus of Gideon High School. Welcome to three-time defending Missouri State Class 1 champions from Advance, broadcasting high school volleyball.
Thank you, Philip. I'm happy to be on board. An extreme
This fall, and then hopefully next season we'll have a full slate of games between two perennial Class 1 powers in volleyball in Southeast Missouri. We're
team winning tonight. So starting off with Advance, I think Advance is going to be strong and needs to be strong. So that's a big point. No matter what game you're in, you always got to be talking. And good serve receive. Gideons have been on point with their offense, and so defense, they just got to come in and pick it up. His holes and be smart and strategic with the ball. I think they have a good chance.
Grant Hoffman from Advance and Gideon's coach, Kristen Asherbrenner, are two of the best Code County Conference championships into this season. Looking for another one this year. Not a milestone for any coach. You played for several.
In senior year of high school, school I attended, Risco, we didn't have enough to play, but Gideon has that heart for other people, so they allowed us to have the opportunity and didn't want us to miss out. We won 20-plus games. My junior year, our record was 21 for the game like no other, and she pushes her girls to do 110%. And so that's one thing that stands out for her, I think. Team, you know, that's just how she is. To get her point across to you, we know the difference between.
When she was quiet, that's when you knew you were in trouble.
Yeah, quiet for her is not a good thing.
Right.
It's not. And so that's talking to us, getting us to talk to. But if she was quiet, that's
literally a legend in Missouri. She's the only one of 11 coaches to ever. And in 2019-2020 school year, she was named the national.
I mean, as I played club under her Advance team. Now, she wasn't. Coach Hoffman, she knows the game like the back of her hand. It's something Coach Hoffman's a very respectable coach. She doesn't really have to yell. It's business, so they know. She really wants her girls to get out there and just enjoy it. As long as they're giving 100, they both want their girls to get out there and give 110%. Win or lose, as long as you're giving your hardest, that's all in the other.
Well, we've got two great coaches, but neither one of them is going to get that.
Caitlin Clinty, she's a strong right side hitter. She can put any given point in time. Another player that has stood out to me to be reckoned with. If she can find the holes, she's very good at finding holes. If she's got to put it deep, that's where she's going to put it. If she is in our area, she's just got like a natural talent with. Mallory's one to watch.
Speaking of setters, I think Advance has a pretty good.
It's a sad thing, but it's a good thing too.
I know that's for sure.
Yes, she does. She's played all 4 years in high school.
His daughter's on the team too, right?
Yes, Lexi Hoffman. First
break, and for the national anthem, we'll be back with the starting lineups.
For me, is the top priority.
It's like you come in here and you're like, everyone knows your name kind of deal.
Moniker of a community bank and actually put it into action.
And believe it or not, my kids even.
I am First State Community Bank.
Whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Here as the Gideon Bulldogs are being introduced. We'll let the public address announcer kind of carry that. I love the excitement of the fans. It almost feels like
excited pretty much the whole game. So I think it's going to be a great turnout either way.
Absolutely. For Gideon, we've got Haley Stover and the twins, Hope and Faith Raymond. Caitlin Clinty, who you mentioned earlier. And for Advance, Blue, we mentioned the only senior on the team, all underclassmen besides Moore and Lexi matchup. The first serve tonight. I didn't mention the. So here we. First serve received. Nice. Ball was down, but there was also an Advance player. Ball tipped the net, but unlike back when I was a kid, that doesn't.
So much since.
They have, and we'll talk about some of those as we kind of go along.
So Hope's a pretty strong server.
And keeping them kind of on,
The most important parts. And if your server sees not good, it's going to get you wrong. Exactly.
Okay, a point for advance.
Advance has good cover.
And I've always nice block.
I think that's going to be a big thing for both teams.
Serve, so that's a point for Gideon. Nice hit. Some of the rules that have changed over the years, we'll kind of touch on those as we go along. One of those, nice block. Good play by Advance.
Not letting anything come over. She's giving it her hardest.
Absolutely.
Up for Stover. Haley Stover. They don't. So far, I would have noticed Gideon's pulled in.
And they know the hit off the block. Kaylee, yep. Blue, the leader, just kind of took over and said, I'm going to take that bar. Great defensive team.
Yes, and they both have the
holes on either side of this court. I mean,
there's not. They're both covering well.
That was a bad. And another point for Gideon. Kaylee Asherbrunner back to serve again. Hoffman on the net again. And as long as they difference.
It does. She's Advance's height this year.
Yep. And there's that spot again.
When you least expect it.
Well, that happened to her that time.
Yeah.
Advance.
Those are always the tricky ones right there.
Absolutely. Hoffman didn't feel.
You can use your block to your advantage either way. That's the best
spot where there was nobody to receive it. Again. That was
so Advance is still shooting for their.
They stayed with it the whole time.
They did.
Kaylee Asherbrunner with the back row spike. Nice hit. For those of you who aren't aware, you can search.
That's changed anyways. As long as you jump before the 10-foot line.
And a lot of rotation and looked like somebody was in the net that time. Mentioning that earlier about points. In the old days, you could only. Nice play.
That's one thing that I think it was off of the serve is what I was told.
That's correct. It was only on your, sometimes it takes to get to 25.
That's what I was thinking. With this now, that would take forever.
Right in that corner.
Yeah, that would count for.
They're not intimidated at all by the fact that this team is.
I agree with that. I think
and Gideon has always been a really, really tough team to be behind them, and it's a great play.
And that's with any school. That's your home. You don't want to let nobody down. And
with it on both sides. Easy is it?
It's not.
Look at that.
You have to work for every point.
Down.
That's one thing that's always those hard hits. So they changed it up on them for something Advance wasn't expecting.
Bumped into each other. Neither one could get the ball back. Cost them a point. She hit that across court. They were expecting. She just went the other direction. So very good play by Advance that time. Playing above the net.
Advance
you got a much wider area. You cut down the
net, so they're taking that part away from you where you thought you could go.
Absolutely.
You'll see one, but not always EC2.
Free ball coming back over. You don't want to give them too many. He's being very careful with that back line now with her foot, and that's it. I just saw an arm and the ball come fly. It's nice there, though.
It was. It was a start. Exactly.
It's amazing that she had such enough balance to look at her. Right into the net. It wasn't like she. That pass was a little bit of an overpass, and good cover on the block again. Yep, she thought she had that spot. Looked like it might have been covered that time. They had a defender ready. Kaylee Klein with the serve this time for Advance.
consistent.
Right.
And that's one thing that's very important in volleyball. Volleyball is, it's a win. Not everyone has.
Absolutely right. They're served well, and they're actually,
Yes.
but they just haven't been able to score on her serve. But she's also not hurting her team on her serve either. She's putting. Anytime the other team gets a two,
You get in your head sometimes, and that's the hard thing with games.
that they gave away. Unfortunately, hit the ball into the past, but that's 2 out of 3 unforced out of bounds.
That's just some of those things. Either you're on with your serves or you're off.
That's
For
right.
me, sometimes
Being a great serve and hitting the net and falling back. There's another player, actually this time underneath the net, not into the net, but you can't cross. All right, 23. She stepped on the line as well. I know sometimes with that jump serve, you want to get as close. Gideon, 25-20. And we're going to take a break and be.
For agriculture. For growers. Little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're
section here for Gideon was extremely loud. I mean, somewhere over 100 decibels, according to our engineer behind us.
a good fan base. They're just there to support you. It gives you a different perspective.
I think it's interesting tonight. The student section, they're here to support their team. They're out in force, but they're on the end that Gideon's on. Sometimes these pep clubs, and I appreciate that. I think that's good. We're going to be and chose to be on this end. So.
That's what I was thinking too. Just moving to be a group.
And so that's kind of different than it used to be, because you used to switch ends with this
that fair
advantage.
chance,
Right?
yeah.
For alignment, Advance has the serve to start this second. And a good attempt, but the ball just right off her hands.
Oh.
And there's
And
a lot. That ball moves quite a bit, doesn't it? Straight. It's coming at. It's got a lot of spin on it, depending on how they hit it, and plenty with the kill. She's had several of those tonight.
Thing to do.
That's an ace. Nobody even touched that ball, and it was in. So that was
That's a hard part.
substitute. The libero just came in for. I was in school, and so that person doesn't actually have to go.
I don't know if they change it, and sometimes I get confused myself, but I believe the libero.
Yeah, and they can serve, but they can only serve one time. Cover the block, but out this time.
For tips or kills, they're ready for this big hit when they tip them.
Those big kills to start with.
Exactly, and
By Haley Stover, but this ball was back and out of it. Even if it comes down in the court of play, it cannot travel behind the end.
it's hard to tell if it's in front or behind it.
Sure it is. Nice. Gideon. Ball can't come to rest in your hand.
Especially now, some people have that quick. Sometimes that can be very frustrating and difficult.
And you recognize if you get called on it several times, you got to change it. Don't you, the net, and not much that the setter can do with that ball. It needs to be.
She does. And it just looks like it just flows so easy.
Clear the net. Close to let it go, and Gideon ends up getting the point. So where you are, but you got to know how close you are to that back line. And that's some of the net. Took all the steam out of it, and Gideon's defense just didn't know.
The Ashburner.
Nice dig initially by Hope Raymond with the ace off. And that ball is a little deceptive.
Oh, which makes it go right above it. She's got.
That was a kill for number 15, Abby Kennedy for Advance. Battle at the net. Won that time by Gideon and kept going at it. And
They're going to have to change it up. Advent's going to get used to that, so they're going to have to find.
but no one else was able to get there to help her out. And hit from Hoffman. They played that exactly the way they wanted to play it.
That's what starts it off.
Absolutely.
That if it's a great pass, then your offense is going to.
And we just saw that on both sides of them complete that. Okay, they got a tough